Welcome, my name is Kelly. I am really excited to introduce a style of movement called Primal Vinyasa. So let's get started. Go ahead and come back to your sit bones, arms back, feet wide on your mat, and rock your knees one side to the other. And as you do this, actively press to the outside edge and inside edges of your feet as they fold over onto the mat. Primal Vinyasa is diverse movement. In some ways, it's unorthodox. And the idea of it is to build mobility and strength in natural patterns based on how children learn to roll over, to sit, to stand, to walk, to run, to jump. And that's what we're getting back to, those natural movements that seem so effortless for children. Keep doing this a few more times, full breaths. And then find your way to hands and knees, tabletop shape. And you spread your fingers wide and you create space between the webbing of each finger even. Okay, and keep your toes untucked. Spinal mapping. Begin with your pelvis. Tuck your tailbone. Round your low back, mid back, upper back, chin into your chest. Actively press the earth away from you. And then exhale, lift through your tailbone to begin. Low back, mid back, upper back lifts. Reach through the crown of your head and press the floor away from you. Inhale, tuck your tailbone. Low back, mid back, upper back rounds, chin into your chest. Exhale, tailbone lifts. Reach and create length. Take on sight sensory deprivation and begin to do this with your eyes closed. And bring movement with your arms into the different shapes as well. So cross your body, reach your right arm forward, left arm forward. Maybe reach underneath your body. Maybe you come up and you reach back, from one side and then the other. And then back into your traditional cat-cow. And may we remember that we don't have to be so stiff in our movements. And maybe we sway in our hips and our shoulders. And now sit back on your heels. And if you need a little bit more support, you can always bring a block in between your heels, sit back on your block, and shake your arms out. And notice that your arms can be soft. You don't have to always hold your shoulders up or pull them back and broaden through your chest. Can you simply hang in your bones? And what is that like? Does it invite in effortlessness for you? Or is it still very tight in your body? So sway the arms and breathe. Okay, as we progress through this introduction to Primal Vinyasa, I want to address the breath. And it's one of the most important things that I picked up through this course that I've been involved in for a few years, is learning to breathe with a very soft belly. And so sitting is one of the most challenging positions to actually learn to breathe in. And then standing is just another version of that. So you're going to want to learn to breathe in the natural form again, either on your back or your belly. I'm going to use this weighted object underneath my head as I lay back. You can always use a blanket. Okay. The idea is you want to make sure that your chin is not lifting high or it's not dipping low into your chest. That your neck is neutral and there's spaciousness from your earlobes to your shoulders. And neutral pelvis, soles of the feet on the earth. If we extend our legs, it lifts our back a little bit more. Okay, so let's allow the soles of the feet to press down for the purpose of this drill. 3-dimensional breath. Breathing right into the soft space at your rib cage. Okay. The soft space below your rib cage on your side body. Okay, and then the soft space behind your body on your back, right below the ribs. Those are the 3 dimensions we're working on. For right now, bring your hands, pads of your fingers, right into that space that's soft below the rib cage, and press in. Close your eyes, breathe in deeply here, and allow your breath to actually inflate and press your fingers up away from you. Just focusing on this part to begin. Inhale. Belly rises. Exhale. Belly falls. So you're going to continue to establish this position first. Then you'll move to your side ribs. Use your thumbs to press into the space right below the rib cage. Okay? Let it be supple and soft. Okay? Press in deeply, enough that when you breathe in, you can feel that your thumbs press out in that space. Okay? Third position. Okay? If this is really challenging for the mobility of your shoulders, you can bring your thumbs back as well, or you have the earth there as your feedback. Okay? Breathe into your low back. And then breathe out. Over time, you want to establish and maintain a breath in this squishy spot, right below the ribs, where the diaphragm attaches to our lateral side body, to our back side body, all at once. So imagine a big Buddha belly or a baby sitting on the earth next to you. It's expansive and big. Another really amazing visualization is a frog. You know how frogs breathe and they expand? That's the idea of what we're creating, this balloon-like expansion on the inhale and a soft release on the exhale. It took me I'd say it took me a good year and a few months to really establish this breath. So it's a learned effort. For a long time, I was told to suck my belly in and up in yoga and breathe in and breathe out with a really contracted belly. And what I realized is that just doesn't work for me. The natural pattern of our breath allows our trunk to stabilize. So if that feels good for you, try it on. And all styles of breath are amazing. Just know that this is the style that I'm asking you to use during this course. All right. You go back, hands and knees. Try on the 3-dimensional breath. Toes can be tucked or untucked, whatever is more easeful for you. Inhale, let the belly fall open. Breathe deeply, neutral neck. Exhale, let it go. Okay, one more thought for the breath is, can you allow the breath to be quiet? Okay? In a traditional yoga practice, it's called Ujjayi, and it's a slight constriction in the back of the throat. That is an audible breath. In this formation of breath, we are allowing the breath to be quiet, to help our body move back into a more regulated state of the nervous system. Okay, so breathe in, belly expands, breathe out, belly naturally lifts in. Tuck your toes, shift your hips high to the ceiling, downward facing dog. Bend one knee, bend the other. And take some dramatic shifts of the hips. Let the hips fall to the left. Let your hips fall to the right. Okay. And continue to do that a couple times on each side. Okay. And as we did in the cat-cows, integrate your arms. As you shift, reach your arm up and back. And then down as you shift, reach your arm up and back and over your head, back down. Maybe you shift and you reach your left hand to your right ankle. Okay. And you become exploratory in the way in which you are trying to move or you are moving on your mat. Okay. And you set back in downward facing dog, inner ankles touch, outer ankles out. Okay. Pull the big toes to touch. Open your knees, shift your hips back, shift forward, high plank, squat dogs. Okay. Inhale here, belly expands. Exhale, draw your body forward. One more, press back, inhale. Exhale, plank. And drop to your hands and knees. Sit back on your heels or a block between your heels. And pause here. Hands right above your pelvis or alongside your body, arms heavy. Close your eyes and notice each part of your body that is resting on the earth. And your shins, toes, maybe your hands. Okay, kneel to heel. Go ahead and blink open your eyes. If you're sitting on your heels, fabulous. You can also sit on a block to make this shape more accessible. And the breath pattern for this is inhale, you can even use your arms. Inhale, breath comes down, opens wide, softness, exhale to lift. Crown of your head lifts to the ceiling. Notice if you like to pitch forward with your rib cage and round your back. And so we're just looking for a neutral neck. Okay. Straight up, shoulders over hips, hips over knees. Descend to your block. Inhale, down and wide. Exhale, press into your shins to lift and create length through the crown of your head. Slowly come down. Okay, inhale, down and wide. Exhale to lift. Okay, slowly come back. Do a couple more at your pace. Nice work. All right. From this shape, let's learn a drill that gets you from the floor up to standing in a safe way. You're going to move your block back to the front of your mat. And hands and knees, tuck your toes. And these are called squat to stand. Lift high onto your fingertips. You can always use your blocks as a regression here. Okay. From here, press back onto your heels. Allow your chest to rest on your thighs. Even allow your head to be heavy or neutral neck is eventually what we'll go for. Hands to your hips. Lift up to stand. And soften, let your arms be heavy. And remember that we want everything that we're not working, right, to also be soft. Okay, so we're not straining or lifting high and crunching our neck. I just want to remember that our body can be and is supple. Okay, to get down to the floor, okay, chest to thighs, hands to the earth or to your blocks, lift high onto your toes, lower down onto your shins, untuck your toes, sit back on your heels. Hands forward, round your spine, chin into your chest, tuck your toes. So this is flexion of the spine when we round the body. Okay. Shift back, exhale to stand. This would be extension of the spine. So let's integrate in one more shape. Dive and rise. Inhale, dive, chest to the thighs, as if you're about to jump into the ocean or to a pool. Hands to the earth, lift high onto your toes. Let the descent be slow and intentional. Untuck the toes, sit back on your heels, pause. Notice your breath and allow your breath to settle, to be rhythmic and easeful. Okay. Moving forward. Hands to your blocks, tuck your toes, shift your hips back, hands to your hips if you like, to stand. Extension. Dive, stay here, exhale to rise. Okay. Gentle bend in the knees like a chair pose. Elbows in, cactus, and lift your arms, lift your chest. Look up through the crown of your head. Remember, are you collapsing at your neck to look up? And did you notice the change in my voice? So if I collapse here, my voice changes. If I stay long, I have so much projection with my voice. So that's another way for you to check in if you have a neutral neck or not, is by the way or the sound of your voice itself. Dive, lift high onto your toes, slowly lower, knees down, untuck the toes, sit back on your heels and pause. Okay, let's create a sequence together. Okay. Kneel to heel, lift high, slowly lower, squat to stand, tuck the toes, shift back, stand up. Dive and rise. Dive, high onto your toes, descend, untuck the toes, sit back on your heels, pause. Kneel to heel, lift up, descend. Hands to your blocks or to the earth, squat to stand. Dive, rise, dive, descend, sit back, pause. And do one more on your own. Great work. Shake your arms out, maybe one over the other. And go ahead and take a stretch here, left hand down. Reach your right palm over your head, and maybe even drop all the way to your forearm. Okay. Or you can always have your forearm on a block. And switch sides, right fingertips down, reach, lengthen, extend. Drop to your forearm this time if you have it. Okay, lift, come back up. Okay. Go ahead. Blocks forward. Keep your blocks at the mid-height. Lift up, downward facing dog. And you can play with walking the blocks apart a little bit more. Okay. So your arms are set up. Hips to the ceiling. Pause here and breathe. This time, squat dog to plank. Knees wide. Shift forward, high plank. You're a little bit taller here. Press the blocks away from you. Inhale, hips high, knees wide. Shift forward, high plank. One more. Knees wide, hips back. Shift forward, high plank. This time, draw your left knee to your chest. Round your spine as deeply as you can. Step left toes, left heel down. Right hand down, reach your left fingers up towards the ceiling. And look over your left shoulder. And slowly come back down. Squat dog. Right knee into your chest. Hug, hug, hug. Right toes down, right heel. Take your twist, look up, round, and reach. Okay, slowly come back down, right hand down. Back to your left side, knees wide. Hug your left knee in, step toe heel. Reach, lengthen, look up towards your left fingertips. And slowly come back down. Knees wide, hips back, step forward, toe heel, reach up. Okay. One more round, left foot and then your right foot. Maybe you play with your reach underneath your body in circular motions with your left arm. And you allow yourself to be curious and in exploration. Okay, step to your right foot, reach up. And you take yourself out of the normalcy. Okay, so we can become resilient, okay, in this time. Knees wide, shift forward, high plank. Drop to your knees, sit back on your heels. Okay, shake your arms out, close your eyes. Allow yourself to breathe. And allow your body to breathe you. Move your blocks out away from underneath your hands. Okay, find your way to the floor. Right ear rests down, arms along the body. Okay, pause here for a moment. Be on the earth. And be of the earth. Yeah. Bring your left hand to be a chaturanga arm. Okay? You can be on your fingertips or you can have your entire palm flat. Reach your right arm next to your right ear. Okay? From here, zip your inner thighs. Okay? Press into your left hand, come onto your side body, rollovers. You can stay here or to hover your legs off the earth, or you can reach, okay, and bring your left palm along your left side body. Okay, to come back down, left palm plants, slowly, with intention, roll out. Okay, I'll demo one more on this side. So right arm is extended long, left palm plants, chaturanga arm, slowly roll onto your right side, neutral neck, long spine, lift your legs, hover, reach your left arm along your body, okay, and then allow your descent to also be slow and controlled. Slowly roll back to the earth. Okay, one more on that side. Okay, roll, reach, extend, okay, check in with your breath. Okay, if it's challenging to hover the hand off, keep the hand here, work to lift the legs. Okay. And it's like a modified hollow body plank on your side. Slowly come out. Switch sides. Left palm and left arm long. Left palm faces down. Right hand to chaturanga. Roll to your side. Hover your legs. Reach. Right palm down. Slowly roll back onto your belly. Pause. Inhale, right hand chaturanga. Left arm is strong. Roll to your right side. Lift your legs. Right arm along your body. Neutral neck. And your right hand comes down or stays down. Slowly allow the roll to come back. Pause. Okay, one more on your right side. Okay, in this shape, we are mimicking how children roll. over and over and over again to develop the strength from the right and left side of their body, and to then eventually get up to their hands and knees, to then to sit, to stand, and the continual development of the natural patterns of movement. Fabulous. From this position, go ahead and roll onto your back. Bridge, heels underneath your knees, and your arms alongside the body. Inhale here, allow the belly to expand. Exhale to lift. Reach your arms along your ears. Press the backs of your hands and your arm bones to the earth. And slowly come down. Inhale here. Exhale, lift, press, and extend. Slowly come down. And pause. Inhale. Exhale, reach, lift, and extend. And slowly come down. And this time, cross your right ankle over your left. And begin to rock your left knee to one side and then the other. And pause in any places that you feel any deep sensation, stickiness. And go ahead and draw your left knee into your chest, interlace your fingers behind your thigh. Draw your knee in, and option to extend your left leg up towards the ceiling, and rotate your ankle one way and then the other. And extend your leg and flex at your knee, and extend your knee, flex at your knee. Left foot down. Cross, uncross your feet, left ankle, this time over right. Okay. Arms alongside the body and begin to rock from one side to the other. Okay. Full breaths. And may we allow ourselves to be rocked in a way that is nourishing and not startling. Draw your right knee into your chest, interlace your hands behind your hamstring, draw your knee in. And option to extend your right leg and rotate your ankle one way and the other. And flex and extend your right knee. Your right foot to the earth, slowly release legs, feet down, pause here. And you bring your palms to your thighs. Press your hands into your thighs. At the same time, tuck your tailbone deeply as if you're lifting your tailbone up towards the ceiling. As you tuck your tailbone, press your leg bones forward and down. And you notice there's a coiling that can take place in the abdominal area. And slowly release. Grab a weighted object. This is something called an Apex, made by the Primal Vinyasa company, that is a 4-pound weight. And when we help to weight our body It allows our nervous system to settle into that state of ease. You can always use a block. Extend your legs long. I'm going to place this on my third eye, the space between my brows. Palms up towards the ceiling. Constructive rest. It might be nice to have something underneath your knees or underneath your head. You set yourself up to be here for at